7 years ago, actually, M. Night Shyamalan was an unknown director who made a movie about a little boy who could see dead people. It grossed over $650 million worldwide, and a new star filmmaker was born. Now, tomorrow, his latest film, Lady in the Water, opens, and expectations, obviously, are sky high. M. Night has found a formula that works, but are you tired of it yet? It's time to debate M. Night movies today in The Loop. Joining us via satellite to help us make sense of all the M. Night madness from the great city of New York, senior movies editor for TV Guide, Maitland McDonough is here. From the Comic-Con host city, San Diego, and of course our resident film geek, Chris Gore, is here. And from Orlando, Florida, contributor to mnightfans.com, Teddy Blass. Everybody, welcome to The Loop. Teddy, I got to start with you, mnightfans.com. I didn't know such a site existed. I'm assuming that you might have a little bit of love for Mr. Shyamalan.
Yeah, just a little bit, or more than a little bit.
Well, what is it about M. Night? Why does M. Night get you going?
Well, you know, his movies are they cover so many topics. They're scary, they're funny, they got good acting, good directing, good music. There's so much packed into an hour and a half. And plus the twist endings.
Gotta love the twist endings. Of course, everybody loved The Sixth Sense, Maitland. I think you even enjoyed that film, but do you think M. Night's as cracked up as people are making him to be?
Well, the fact is, I think M. Night Shyamalan is a one-trick pony, and I've gotten really tired of the trick, you know? I feel like his movies have become really kind of arrogant, you know? You go in there, you sit through, and I have to say, 90 minutes, you're dreaming. You sit through 2 hours of mopey family drama, everybody being really unhappy, and then, whoops, there goes the twist. And I find myself sitting there saying, you know what? That twist really wasn't so great. Didn't really justify the time I spent in this theater. I'm getting a little tired of it.
Well, you know, all of his movies don't have twists. I mean, Signs didn't really have a twist. It kind of had a bunch of little revelations that ended up to, you know, wasn't like The Sixth Sense with this big revelation.
That is true. Yeah. That is true. Now, some of the movies, though, a little formulaic, though. Chris Gore, what do you think about this? How do you weigh in on M. Night?
It's definitely formulaic. I mean, that twist ending thing, I think we're all sick of it, but I think for the most part, critics are sick of it. I mean, at the all-media screening for Lady, there was open disdain for M. Night. As a matter of fact, his character, he actually plays a major character in the film. M. Night is a writer whose very words will change the world. It's incredibly pretentious drivel. I know that a lot of critics are just waiting for him to fail.
Now, Teddy, as a fan of M. Night, do you care at all what the critics have to say about M. Night?
I mean, not really, because it's not what the critics think. It's what everyone else thinks. And his movies make a lot of money. Like Olivia said, his movies made over $1.5 billion worldwide.
Yeah, now,
and
but I could say
in box office sales, you count in DVDs and everything else.
On the money issue, I will say that the Ernest films, you remember Ernest, have made more money combined than films made from William Shakespeare plays. So money is not necessarily a gauge of quality. Just to throw that out there.
Right. Ernest Goes to Prison, though, was an all-time favorite of mine. So, Chris Gore, be careful there. Maitland, how long can M. Night get away with this trick? Obviously, it's worn off on you, but do you think if Lady in the Water proves to be another use of the formula, do you think people will still respect him and still care about him as a director?
Well, I'm not sure who respects him, but there are definitely people who are still going. I have to tell you, though, critics are not the only people, I think, who are a little bit tired of what's going on and kind of feel like, hey, every time one of these movies comes out, I feel like, okay, I gotta see it because I gotta see the twist, okay? Because everybody's gonna be talking and I don't want to be the dumbass who doesn't know. But I think maybe Lady in the Water just might be the final straw for a lot of people because, frankly, it's not even what it looks like it is, okay? It's being marketed as a movie that's really spooky and scary. It's not. It's a movie that really has no twist at all unless you consider, oh, man, we figured out what was going on wrong at the beginning, but it's okay. You know, it was just a little wrong, and now we can wrap it all up. I don't know. And frankly, I think a lot of people are going to look at M. Night's role in this movie and say, guy's got a hell of an ego, and I'm not sure that I want to keep shelling out my money to feed it.
Now, Chris, what are your expectations for something like Lady in the Water?
Well, I'll tell you what. His film Unbreakable, to me, would have been better as an X-Files episode. The Village, to me, is a Twilight Zone. In a recent interview this week, Knight was on the Howard Stern show, and he said that the studio gave him notes for Unbreakable where Sam Jackson and Bruce Willis should have fought at the end. And I'm thinking, that's a great idea. That's a great studio note. They really should have fought at the end. It would have made that film better. But Lady, I think, is going to bore audiences. I think it's going to be, to me, the final nail in the coffin, and really something, some feedback tonight to say, look, wake up. It's not just the critics that are tired of this stuff.
Well,
it's
you
the
will
fans,
get an
too.
exciting sequence at the end, Chris Gore. They do play Marco Polo for at least 15 minutes right before the credits. So it's
I
worth
hope they
sticking
do.
around for. Everybody, I want to thank you for joining us in the Loop today. The M. Night debate obviously goes on, and this weekend we'll see if people come out to see Lady in the Water. Thanks to Maitland, Teddy, and Chris for joining us. Of course, Chris, we're going to see you on Monday in the Loop again. We're going to talk about Comic-Con, what the buzz was, what was hot, what was not, the many hairstyles and shirts that you'll be donning throughout the event. So it'll be good times.